No, I totally am with you that Metallica is overrated and people absolutely hate that.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah, no, a lot of people would be
I-
upset by that.
The reason being is that what's the lead singer's name? I've already forgot.
You know what? I should know this, but I'm blanking on it.
Doesn't matter.
I don't care.
You know why I don't care? Because he's not that good.
And no, he's actually not a talented vocalist, really.
Not at all. But I mean, let's be honest. Like Kurt Cobain wasn't talented, and
No.
stuff like that, as far as vocals, but he sounded cool.
That is true.
Yeah.
A band that I recently got into and had like a month-long phase where I listened to them like crazy was Silverchair.
You know, that's funny you mentioned that because this week I went back and listened to Silverchair.
Their first album is still freaking awesome.
It is. I listened to it so much in my teenage years that when I went back and listened to it, I was like, okay, you know, but it's like because I've heard it so much, like
Yeah, whereas for me it was new.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because I didn't listen to it.
What's the song? The soft song.
It's not Open
Iris.
Fire. It's Anna.
Yeah, Open Fire. Still a great song. That's not their first album. That's like their
No.
third album.
Their first album has like Tomorrow and Israel's Son. Those are probably the two most popular songs on there.
Yeah, and their second album was Freak Show, still pretty good, and Neon Ballroom.
Neon Ballroom is the one
Their
that you're talking
third,
about.
yes. Good, pretty good. Some, not all good songs, but some. And then
Pure Massacre was their other great song on their first album.
yeah,
It sounds like
and then after
super
that-
wholesome album.
right?
It actually is clean. Totally
Actually,
clean.
for the most part, yeah. But after like their first three albums, they suck.
They went weird, which is what a lot of these bands do. Is when they go on for too long, they go really weird. But if you actually look up the lead singer now, like that dude's messed up. Like he's a weird dude.
Well, he was the only guy that like I didn't know that like anorexia would like there was dudes that were anorexic, and that dude was anorexic.
Yeah.
Like it messed him up.
No, now he kind of like if you were to look up a picture of him right now, you would think that guy kind of looks like the dude from Tiger King.
Well, he does kind of strike me with those vibes.
Just a
I
little
bet there's
bit.
a similar substance between the two.
I think there probably was at one point. Yeah, I don't think he's on drugs currently, but he did talk about being on drugs.
Thing that's crazy about Silverchair is like they started when they were like 15 years old and they blew up. Like, when I was a teenager, like Silverchair, it was like, dude, these guys, when you found out that they were only 15 years old, you're like, what? Being rock stars at that age, could you imagine being thrown into that world?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a video of them playing Madison Square Garden and MTV's filming it, and he's 15 years old.
Australia.
That is
They're
ridiculous.
from Australia and they're thrown into like that world.
Yeah. I mean,
My
it's,
goodness.
It's
Like, that's
a lot more
crazy.
common now with
It is with YouTube.
not necessarily music,
But-
but you still have it.
But
music.
you're not
I mean,
packing out arenas and stinking. Well,
I mean,
okay.
It does happen.
You,
Yeah.
you
It
have,
does
it's
happen, but
still
that's not everyone.
flukes.
Yeah.
It's still flukes. Like you don't have, but you'll have kids who have massive followings, just massive. followings.
true.
But there's a difference in that. But you think of like Justin Bieber
Yeah.
was like 15 and was.
I mean, no, and his life got ripped to shreds over. Like,
Oh,
I mean, he was ruined for
No,
life.
he's had severe issues.
But that's what I'm talking
all
about.
of them do.
Like, you have people on YouTube now that can still walk the streets and be fine.
Yeah, you might have 2-3 million followers. Like
and you could still walk out
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
store and be fine.
most people won't recognize you. Yeah,
But back then, like, if you walked out in the street, like,
yeah, that's
you
where I
got-
was saying there's a difference between because it's like Justin Bieber couldn't go anywhere as a teenager without getting.
Ooh.
Because it's like we watch this example of this. Me and Lana were
I
watching.
mean, Taylor Swift still couldn't. She's the one of the few that's still.
yeah,
that-
yeah.
that-
Well, there's a lot. I was saying like something about like where like musicians they kind of transcend like the
yeah, that's the word you're looking for.
the generations and stuff like that. Where it's like you watch like we were watching like very popular like YouTuber at like Disney World or something, and they're just walking
Yeah.
around, and I'm like, okay, this person like these people are recognizing him, but he's not getting like swarmed. But then you watch like
but they're
videos
not
of like
screaming.
yeah,
Right?
you watch videos of like old like Justin Bieber as like 17-year-old like
Back-
going in public and like shutting malls down and like,
oh yeah,
because like they were having to call in police and stuff like that because he can't leave the building.
that's right.
You know, it's like that's insane.
It was like Michael Jackson level stuff like that, and then you had, I mean, even Backstreet Boys stuff like that.
Yep.
If Backstreet Boys NSYNC would have went out in the '90s in public, it was an insane zoo, man.
Yeah.
It was life before YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's like you had mega stars, you had people that the few that made it. Now everybody can create a platform and everybody can kind of get their name out there and create a following and not be like, who's the popular, like, honestly, like besides Taylor Swift and maybe Ed Sheeran, something like that. Okay. Put those people aside. Honestly, there's so many people that just can walk out on the street now.
The younger people that are pretty big right now that I could think of that like most people probably would recognize would be like Olivia Rodrigo's probably pretty young.
She's like 19, 20.
Like when she got big, she was pretty young. This guy now is decently older, but when he got big was Shawn Mendes was really young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of had that.
He kind of
he was kind of catching the tail end of that. And I think what
so.
it is now is I honestly think that the reason, I could be wrong, but I think that it's not just the fact that like people can make a platform for themselves easily. That is true. But I think a lot of it has to also do with that people are exposed to these people's lives every single day in some type of format. And so they're viewing their lives through a screen. So when they see them in person, it's not the flood that it would normally be because everybody's content with seeing them on their phone.
It's true.
Because you're seeing their everyday life. Like you're seeing every aspect of their life. You know everything about this person. So like there's not that shock value as much in a sense.
It's like you said, like
you're overexposed to them.
Yeah,
already.
it's like an overexposure where you feel like these people feel like they know them. It's like Joe Rogan or something. He always talks about people come up to him and they know him. Like they know about his life and stuff because they listen to the podcast. They listen to him talk about his life. Whereas back then it was like these people you don't know anything about. Like
they were like unicorns, man. If you saw them, it was like, I can't believe I saw that.
Yeah.
Super weird though is like, I've always thought that I've seen people kind of have that reaction to famous people, you know, and it's like that's always blown my mind. I'm like, this is like
odd.
I could see like I don't know, run into the grocery store to like someone I just absolutely love, like their music, like I could run into 21 Pilots or someone, you know, whoever,
bumping Ed Sheeran, I'd be like, hey,
Ed Sheeran, like, you know, I'd be like, hey. Cool, like your music, man, or something like that. Like,
appreciate
it wouldn't. I'd be like, that's cool, you know. But I wouldn't like you.
I wouldn't be foaming at the mouth.
I would never freak out.
I mean, it's like, hey, man, guy gave you a gift. Thanks.
And it's really freaking weird when it's a kid, when it's like a child star, where it's like, you know, whether it's an actor, musician, or whatever, and you see people freaking out, then it's weird.
Dude, the weirdness is, I bet you if you went,
weird.
I bet you if you went back and looked at the Justin Bieber videos when he was a kid.
Oh, it is weird. You can find them.
I guarantee there's 20-year-old women that were like,
try 40. Like he's going on interviews with
that's insane.
No, he's going on interviews at like, I can't remember where it was, but they're like openly hitting on him when he's like, dude, he was like 15 years old. It's like,
and we wonder why we have the problems.
There's a lot. It's not just him. If you go back, I watched a YouTube video one time of this, of like, they're pointing out like I don't remember who it was, so I won't even pretend, but like all these different young male, like actors, singers and stuff like that, where they go on these shows with women and like get like hit on and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, you know, if I could just grab you and all this, you know, saying like crazy stuff to him on these like shows
I'm like,
on live
flip
TV.
that script, it definitely ain't going well.
That person wouldn't make it out of the studio without being arrested, rightfully so. But I'm like, this is super weird. You're being a creep to like a 16-year-old, 15-year-old, whatever, you know. It's
crazy because like I was just like on the YouTube. I was on the YouTubes. But like a video popped up the other day that I thought was interesting, and actually it was like a short. I mean, it was maybe a minute and a half, but it was showing that like, hey, check this out from like here's a childhood star that goes on to like, it was the Conan O'Brien show and literally tells Conan O'Brien in public, and he's not laughing. He's not laughing. He's like, oh, these people expose themselves to me like full nudity, and like I didn't like it. Kind of creeped me out, and everybody in the audience is laughing about it, like it's funny and stuff like that. And this kid is like literally sitting there saying, "No, I was like uncomfortable."
Guy or girl?
It's a guy, but it's like it's just insane. Like,
jeez,
the fact that people. I was having that conversation with you. What was it, like 2 weeks ago or something? Just like,
oh yeah,
about like the 90s and stuff. Like you got like movies like American Beauty and stuff like that. That's so normalized, like this creepy, like craziness. You had actresses in movies that were playing roles. Like I was mentioning to you, like a Christian Slater movie that I used to love when I was growing up. I didn't know the age. I mean, it came out when I was young anyway, so it didn't really matter. But Cuffs, it was called Cuffs. And like she was like 15.
Yeah.
15 is the chick, what's her name that plays in all the Resident Evil movies?
Oh. Yeah, I know.
Help me out here. But
I can't remember.
It was her first movie ever. I think she was 15 years old, and she's like the love interest of them. They're living together, and she's dancing around in underwear. Like 15 years old. Well, and at most she was 17, but I think it was 15. Like I'm almost positive she was like 15.
And if you've ever heard Drake from Drake and Josh, his story, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's absolutely terrible.
My point being is that stuff was normalized, and you got the actor that was in American Beauty. God, dude, I'm going blank. I mean, he's an excellent actor. What's his name?
I don't know. I've never watched the movie. I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his name.
He played in House of Cards, all that stuff. Like he,
I got nothing, man.
Oh, come on.
Oh man.
He played in K-Pax.
Well, you got your phone.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Well, while you're looking it up, I'll mention something. I was watching recently. I saw a short, and it's this. I can't remember her name. A younger actress. She was in a movie with Chris Evans a few years ago when she was super young.
Kevin Spacey.
And
okay.
Somebody asked her. She brought up that it was weird when she was playing this movie with Chris Evans. Like a ton of people were like, "Are you excited to be playing with Chris Evans? He's so attractive." And she was like, "I'm 9. Like, what's wrong with you?" And like people kept bugging her about it. I'm like, "That's so messed up." I'm like, dude, she's 9 years old. Freaking leave her alone, you weirdo.
It shows you the dark. I mean, all that Hollywood, stuff, super dark. And it's funny is the people who like scream about, like rape culture, all this stuff like that.
They created it.
Yeah, it's like the only place it exists.
Right.
I was listening to someone the other day, and they said this, like the only place that actually exists. Their stereotype of like, 1 in 4 men are this way and all that stuff like that. The only place that exists is like Hollywood. You see that constantly in this. I mean, you just said Kevin Spacey. It's like, dude's a creep.
Yeah, the dude got kicked out of Hollywood, rightfully so, and everything. But it's like they're the ones that created this stuff. It's like you literally created a story in American Beauty where his whole goal was to sleep with a 17-year-old friend of his daughter.
Yeah,
and gets to that point, and they have nudity in it and everything.
Yeah, crazy.
And it's like, and then like you turn around, and then it's like you wonder why it was normalized, and you wonder why guys like have been raised in such a way to where. Honestly, it seems like it was so normalized that there were things that were normalized within society that never should have been. And they're like, well, it seems to be accepted because it's glorified.
Yep.
And then they go out and do this stuff. And now rightfully so. They're behind bars. They're everything. They're now sex offenders in their neighborhood.
But in all reality, those are a few almost like scapegoats type, or like sacrifices of like,
right.
Okay, you can have this one. Now we're doing this now. Okay, that guy is a creep. It's like, okay, well, was he a creep 20 years ago? Why was Bill Cosby borderline dead before people came out against him? It's like, I was like, it's like, I just don't trust any of you. You're all creeps. They're all like,
I cannot agree more. I think that it's just, it's crazy because I think that we created, I think society created a really, let me say this. There's a lot of guys, I don't even know if this will make the episode, but there's a lot of guys that have been put behind bars because they were 18, 19 years old dating a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
And, maybe some stuff, whatever. She ends up getting pregnant or whatever. And it's like a 2 to 3 year difference. Not saying that's right. Not saying it's great. Not even taking up for it. But my point is these guys sat there, grew up watching Oscars being given to American Beauty, and a 40-something-year-old sleeping with a 17-year-old, and it's glorified.
Mm-hmm. Seems a little backwards.
Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So does that not set a kid up for thinking that things are normal that shouldn't be or whatever? And now they have to live with the rest of their lives. And again, being a sex offender. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not taking up for it. It's going to sound like I'm taking up for it.
No, it's not defense. We were talking about this the other day. This came up and I said, you've built over, I mean, really since the 60s is when it came about, is you've built through, like, culture has changed through entertainment mostly. It's through Hollywood, it's through music, movies, things like that, is like kind of directs our culture. And you see this of like, I mean, look at the kids now, look at a 13-year-old now versus a 13-year-old from your generation.
Yeah, we've talked about this as well.
Drastically different, like because of
two different worlds.
Yeah,
man.
It's because of the amount of craziness and what we've normalized, stuff that's now normal, that's in a PG-13 movie or whatever like that would have never been accepted in the 50s or whatever. It's like,
well, I would argue though that actually we're finally getting pushback against everything, but Hollywood is still wicked. It's like, so it's almost like they're playing the self-righteous, and it's like, man, y'all been guilty of it the whole time. Because I would argue, if you go back and watch a PG movie from my childhood, it's far worse.
Yeah, they're really that was a really bad time. That was a big push from those people from the sexual revolution.
Pornography magazines were like the joke for kids in those movies.
It's just normal. Well, that's
like the kid would go sneak
that's where it started. Is the posters? This is normal for a young boy to have pornography, all this stuff,
to go get it from his dad.
It's got to the extreme to where now it's normal for a young boy to chop his genitals.
That's
off.
right. Yes,
change. It's like we've gone so far. That I think you're right. Is now you're seeing people go, oh, this is too far. And what's funny is you see these people who are so-called like conservatives.
Yeah.
And stuff, and they try to kind of swing back, but they're swinging back as like the 80s style of like, we're okay with a little bit of pornography.
Well, I think that it's funny if you go watch all these 80s movies, it's like every time the older brother has like crazy posters on his wall in all of the 80s movies.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
or they find the stash under their dad's bed.
And I'm like, am I the only kid? Like, you know, if I had that poster up in my room and y'all can't come in the room, you would have been like, what the heck is going on here?
It is. That poster would have been wrapped around a bat.
I would have been hanging from it. You know, it's like, golly.
Like, son, I'm going to take this from you and just ignore it. Just to mock you with it, I'm hanging it up in my room. I'm just kidding. No, but it's like, it is a sickness to it that like we allow that stuff. And I think that what you're talking about, Matt, is that it's almost like conservatives think that like freedom is the ultimate cure. And so they go to libertarianism.
Yeah. That's what got us.
Yeah. It's like almost like, hey, the solution is like, let's go back to where it's like, yeah, everything is on equal ground. In other words, like I can have my religion and don't shut up my religion. Don't be against Christianity, but you know, you have the freedom to be all these things. And it's like, no, as a society, we need to be a righteous society, and we need to like freedom. I mean, even our forefathers weren't like, I mean, like the people who created this country, the freedom wasn't made to be for like this crazy, unrighteous, like movement. It was actually, the freedom was to actually hold up biblical values.
Yeah.
The freedom was supposed to flow out of the biblical foundation of this nation.
A moral and just people.
Yeah, that's the only way they could survive. And that's why they said that, is because if you take freedom and you give it to people and then you don't have morality, especially one that's founded on a God, the God of the Bible, you lose it all. Like it's chaos.
Yeah. That's why I think you've seen some of these like conservative talking heads go where it used to, which is funny, is early on when I first got into politics, 2015-ish or so, like started listening pretty heavily to politics. A lot of these guys, even like your Ben Shapiro, you go back to 2015, 2016, Ben Shapiro was pretty libertarian.
A lot of guys were, yeah.
There's a lot of the people who kind of pushed me. I wouldn't even say pushed me to the right. I was right, but kind of directed my political view of like listening to him. Were very libertarian, which made me lean very libertarian. And then as I got older, I kind of realized like, oh, this is bull crap.
There comes a moment in a young Christian man's life when he realizes he's more conservative than all the conservatives he listens to.
Yeah.
Well,
you start putting your worldview together and you realize like, okay, this doesn't fit. Whereas if I want this,
what are the foundations of your beliefs?
And it's what a lot of these people are. They're not Christians. So they have like right leaning ideology, but anyways, back to what I was kind of saying is they, a lot of these people now have walked that back and said, hey, I was wrong.
That's not people. Yeah.
That's not the right way. Like
I used to lean libertarian.
Yeah, I did too. And it's like, we thought freedom would be great, but we were wrong.
Well, I think that
it depends on what the freedom is.
When you have freedom, if you don't have the understanding of what man naturally is and his fallen nature, freedom is chaos and it's not going to equal itself out. You can't have this group in society that's going after these wicked things and the group that's going after the good things. And it's like, that's not going to equal itself out. It's not going to be good for society that, oh, well, you can take it or leave it.
Yeah. It's good in theory.
It sounds like that works. It just doesn't. And I'm not talking about like, let's be a theocratic like nation. Like we're not talking about theocracy here, but at the same time, we are talking about like, how does a free nation survive? And the only way is a biblical way. And
could you imagine
that's just it,
the difference in our culture and in young men across America? Could you imagine the difference it would have made if as a country, we used our freedom to uphold righteousness and actually pornography was completely outlawed?
Yeah.
It was completely illegal. Couldn't access
We'd be looking at a different world right now.
It would, oh my goodness. I can't even imagine that.
Yeah.
Like it's unimaginable.
Yeah, there'd be so many kids.
Yeah.
I mean,
the birth rate would be.
The birth rate would be.
Yeah.
You know, what you were saying, Jonathan, is like one of the things is that's good in theory. This idea of like, live and let live, you know, like,
bygones be bygones, man.
You can do what you want. It's really good until you have a neighbor that's shooting up heroin and like trashing his yard and lowering your property value and all this stuff. And you're like, I wish there was a little more law and order.
And most people would be against that, but they would also be for the fact that, hey, you know what? We're a free nation of religion. You can be Islamic.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's like, okay, it's like, but if you really research that that religion, it's incompatible with freedom. It's incompatible with with an American I don't know, what would you society?
Yeah. See our
episode, whatever you want to say. Like what it was founded upon, it's incompatible with the foundations of what America was built on.
Yeah. See our episode with Brett Derwin and Cole Dixon.
For sure.
Which I was not here for. But it is good.
Why'd you say R? I'm just kidding.
I said our, not R.
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 That was weird.
Anyway, Pirates, man. Pirates of the Caribbean. How'd y'all like those movies anyway?
I actually like them.
As a kid, I liked them. And then you grow up and realize that they're actually not that good. But
they're funny.
All right.
They're okay.
I equate them to National Treasure. I'll watch them.
Yeah.
What's made by the same guy, Jerry Bruckheimer?
Is it actually?
Are you serious?
Sure. I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you look at the
makes
beginning,
a lot of sense.
Like National Treasure as a kid, though, was like a freaking great.
Did I tell you that
that was kind of the reinvention of trying to restart like the whole like Indiana Jones vibe?
Yeah. That failed. Because me and my wife watched National Treasure in Washington D.C. on our 1 year trip, and it was
hilarious.
It was hilarious. Actually, I was like, "This is very entertaining."
That's funny.
Yeah.
It's
you know what? Props to y'all for watching that movie.
Hey, did you see Nick Cage is actually coming out? He's playing in something that looks decent. It's coming out really soon.
Some good
Spider-Man Noir?
Spider-Man Noir. Yeah, it's coming out on Amazon Prime soon. Looks kind of good.
He's a really good actor. He just likes money a lot.
Yeah.
What, Nick Cage?
Mm-hmm.
He's a good actor at times.
Yeah. Well, most of his probably 75% of his movies are cash grabs. It's like he's the only A-list actor, and you know why he did that, don't you? Well, Dude went under like he was like huge debt. He bought like multiple islands, has like multiple yachts and all this stuff like that. Like he has like hundreds of millions of dollars in like properties and stuff like that. So he's had to like make money. Like he was like completely broke.
Well, Con Air. So the only offensive thing, like as far as his acting that really got bad was like when he did Con Air and that country voice, like that accent was terrible.
I haven't seen that.
Now, have you never seen Con Air?
No, but it's probably entertaining.
Oh, it's great. Like I love the movie, but but anyway,
pull up a list of his movies. I want to.
Man. So anyway, I thought that like one of my favorite movies by him, and nobody ever talks about it, and I haven't watched it forever, but it's got him and Samuel L. Jackson in it, and it's Amos and Andrew, and it is about like a black author that like was kind of famous for being like, Black Power and stuff like that. And he Nicolas Cage breaks into his house and holds him hostage, but everybody thinks the black guy, they never knew the author was black that wrote all these books. They thought he was white and he was rich and lived in a rich, so they assumed he was white. So all the cops think that the black guy is the guy holding him hostage. It is hilarious. Like
that's funny.
Anyway,
I've got all of his movies pulled up. My goodness, it's a lot.
It's so much.
It's a lot.
I'm just gonna read off some of the probably what I am assuming are more popular.
Yeah.
Some of these I've never even heard of though. He played in a movie called Birdie in 1984. Don't know that one.
I actually don't know.
He played in one called Wild at Heart in 1990.
Heard of it.
Okay.
Never watched it.
Amos and Andrew was in 93.
Amos and Andrew, I'm telling you, man, and I'm going off of memory, so if there's anything in it that like would be offensive, I'm sorry, but like it was great.
Con Air was 97, and The Rock was 96.
Oh, The Rock? Fantastic movie.
And that looks like that has what's his name? Sean Connery.
Sean Connery. Raising Arizona is one of his most beloved movies. It's a comedy. Definitely worth probably going and watching.
I know I've heard of Face Off.
Oh, so
also in 97.
A ripoff of what was the craze of like so this right here. This was a craze of like Top Gun, right?
I kind of had a feeling that's what it was. Is it called Firebirds or whatever?
Firebirds. It was Top Gun with helicopters.
That's a great idea.
Now, I watched that a lot as a kid. I could not tell you if it's good or bad or what, but I watced it a lot.
The reviews?
I loved it.
What about Gone in 60 Seconds?
Where's the reviews? I don't see
4.8 right there. That's not. I mean, that's not the worst.
Oh, is it out of 5 or out of 10? Well,
so mid. It's a mid movie.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Gone in 60 Seconds? Is that a good movie?
No, it's really not.
Okay, and then we come to, that was in 2000, by the way, Gone in 60 Seconds. And then we come to National Treasure, which was 04.
Okay movies. I would put them in the okay range. I liked them. Just fine.
Once you
Ghost
Face
Rider.
Off. Did you say Face Off yet?
I did.
watch Ghost Rider.
Okay, yeah.
I did. 2007 was Ghost Rider. He played in a movie called The World Trade Center in 06.
Yeah, I do remember
They were
that.
gone then.
Yeah, it was about how they went away.
Oh, okay.
he was actually playing like one of the
firefighter.
fire
Yeah,
chiefs
that's
or
cool.
something like
That's
that.
cool. That might be a good movie.
Wind Talkers was interesting. I'd like to go back and watch that one again. Family Man, by the way, if I remember right.
Yep.
Again, this has been forever. I
think
thought
I've
that
seen
was a
that
good
one.
movie.
G-Force
Okay.
with the hamsters.
Yeah, let's
Oh, dude, he was in that.
let's move
And-
on.
Kick Butt, which
Yeah,
Kick
it's not
Donkey.
called
Kick Donkey.
Yeah.
That movie. I did see that one.
Like self bleeped yourself.
So when Talkers is so that's based on a true story.
Oh, it's the Indian Code Breakers.
Yeah, Breakers.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so
Navajos.
yeah,
World War
I
II.
remember watching it in the theater, and I was like, I didn't like it then, but I would like to go back and watch it now and see if maybe it's a little bit better. 8mm people, unless you have a strong stomach for like the Wicked World, Don't touch it. It's about underground. Never mind. Just don't watch it. I saw that in the theater. Unfortunately, I just saw Nicolas Cage, and I was like, "Hey, 8mm, let's go see it." Wow, no, and man, I left the theater with a sick feeling.
Yeah,
remember
it's about the underground, just the underground.
Yeah,
well, underground pornography and stuff.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was like
it's bad.
Did you ever see the Left Behind movie? With
I was about to mention that.
Oh, it was so bad.
I never watched it. Yeah.
He was, which this is a okay kids movie. Was The Croods? He was the
Croods is good.
He was the dad of the Croods. I do remember the Left Behind movie. It sucked, but it was entertaining. It says he played in Snowden in 2016. I watched Snowden, and I do not remember him being in it.
He's in disguise.
Yeah, because the main character of Snowden is the guy who plays, who you find out is Robin in The Dark Knight Rises. Oh, what's that guy's name?
Oh, Next was also a like apocalyptic, like end times.
So what we're learning is this guy
loves the end times.
and he just has an absurd amount of movies.
He did.
Golly, there's still so much more.
So if I was going to tell people to like, hey, like you need to go check out his movies, I would suggest Raising Arizona, classic. You gotta watch that. I would say Con Air, The Rock for sure. Face Off if you like that type of John Woo hokiness. And then obviously National Treasure, the first one's pretty good.
What does he play?
And like I said, Amos and Andrew, my all-time favorite. Family Man's pretty good.
Okay.
But
did you hear about this? He plays in a movie called The Carpenter's Son.
Yeah, that's it's at the top of the list right here.
It's a horror movie. A remote village in Egypt explodes into spiritual warfare when a carpenter, his wife, and their son Jesus are targeted by supernatural forces.
Yeah, I saw a commercial for that.
That sounds
blasphemous.
Just a little bit.
like you said, he's desperate for money.
Hey,
no, he doesn't play Jesus. He plays Joseph.
He doesn't. Yeah. I saw the commercials for it, and I was like, no, thank you.
And right next to it is a movie called Long Legs. But both horror movies.
Yeah. They're usually like the more low budget pay for one prominent name to throw in it. I just think it's kind of funny that we went straight from like Hollywood's so evil to Nicolas Cage. What movies would we recommend?
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. He's in those. The really? Spider-Man movies.
Yeah,
he does the voice of the older Spider-Man.
No, he does. He's the noir one.
No,
in that as well.
In the Spider-Man Spider-Verse movies, he plays the older Spider-Man.
I think he also plays the noir one.
Well, he definitely does that.
Just
like, come on, man! Like he can play both.
Wait, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He plays in it.
No, but I know who plays the older one. Who plays the older one is Jake Johnson is his name.
Oh,
and he's the guy he played in.
That's embarrassing. What does he play in that then?
He plays Spider-Man Noir.
Even in that one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I got you.
And Jake Johnson is the guy from. Trying to think of something that. He played in Tag.
Okay. Moving on.
Oh yeah, I know who that is.
Yeah, or New Girl.
I know who he is.
I think we've had enough of Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I think the world's had enough of Nicolas Cage.
I don't know. No.
Yeah, I kind of.
Anyway,
that Spider-Man might be cool. The new Spider-Man,
the new animated or the on Prime.
Both.
Both. Have y'all seen the trailer for the one on Prime?
Nor?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. It's actually not a movie though. It's a
show.
It's a show.
But I think you get the option of watching it in color or black and white. At least
I will choose black and white.
I will probably choose black and white as well
because it just looks right. Like it doesn't look.
Yeah, I also want to pretend to be colorblind.
It's not. Look, and I'm not trying to be that arty farty guy. But
no, it's kind of cool.
No, it's set.
It was filmed to be in black and white.
Yeah,
and it just looks weird.
Well, and it's supposed to be like 1930s, like New York with like the mob and stuff. It makes sense.
You know what?
To be fair, I never went and watched what was it? The Justice League in black and white. I never watched that one in black and white.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
No, it was released in black and white originally,
which is really stupid.
I don't know.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say the Dunkirk, not Dunkirk, Dune. I was just thinking
Dune.
yeah.
Dunes are awesome.
Dune 2. You know the scene where they film on the planet that's like black and white.
Yeah, they
much.
actually went there.
Yeah,
and filmed there.
yeah. I know it's crazy.
You realize how hard that was to find?
Yeah,
It's the same place that they also filmed Tatooine from a Star Wars.
oh, nice.
It's the same planet.
Nice. But
You just call it. What did you just call the planet? Say it again.
Tatooine?
Tatooine. Tatooine's like I'm tattooing you.
Tatooine. I didn't want to sound too English. You sound like a
No, it's
Tatooine.
literally called Tatooine. It's not called Tatooine.
y'all both sound like complete nerds. I don't know what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
Matt was fine with it.
Because I didn't know
He
what it
doesn't
was.
know
But he supposedly in Dune 2, he filmed that scene in like infrared or whatever, so that it was irreversible. So that if they tried to, like, if the producers and stuff tried to, like, say, nah, we should like brighten it up or whatever like that, it was like,
Nope.
it's done. This is what it is.
Man, that guy is like really protecting his artwork, isn't
Oh yeah,
he?
yeah.
I'm so excited for the third one.
It's almost like somebody like saying if you ever like edit this, like or like it would be like somebody that makes a video game that if you ever like tried to mod their video game, like your computer would explode.
Sounds like something Nintendo would do.
Nintendo would.
Yeah, they definitely would. Nintendo
but-
is the video game equivalent to the car manufacturer that makes it to where you cannot access the engine.
You know,
Yeah,
most
they're like the Ferrari of
Yeah,
the
the
car. world.
McLaren of like, nope,
Yeah.
gotta bring it to the dealership.
what is absolutely hilarious about Nintendo is that like, and this is so nerdy, but it's the fact that like the reason why they went with cartridges over CDs, so the PlayStation was originally an add-on for the Super Nintendo. The PlayStation, like they went to Sony and said, we need a disc. Everybody else got a disc. We need a disc.
Just upset you're pronouncing it like Nintendo. That's not correct. It's Nintendo, but
Anyway, good luck with that one.
You keep correcting his pronunciation. Yeah.
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Shigeru Miyamoto. He was against Disc, and that is actually his name, Shigeru Miyamoto. And he, but anyway, the whole thing is like they actually like were supposed to sign a contract with Sony, reversed on it, ended up going a different route.
Nintendo would
Sony-
never do that.
Sony was so ticked off about it, they took the PlayStation name that was created for Nintendo. Nintendo made that name, and they went and created their own system. And then Nintendo's like, all right, for our next system, we're doing cartridges. Do you know why they went with cartridges? Because nobody could copy those things and pirate them.
I thought it maybe had to do with something about radioactive.
No,
Material or
it
something.
was actually because of that and also the download speed. So like Nintendo was all about the experience of like, you know, not having download screens and stuff like that, like Fluent.
Mhm.
And so like cartridges didn't have download screens. So anyway, sucks for them because they lost out big on that. Anyway,
so how many Nintendo employees stabbed themselves to death
With
on
the
the
sword?
creation of the play?
there had to be a
Oh,
lot.
they made it the PlayStation.
No, I think that just happened on the Virtual Boy and on the Wii U. I think that there was definitely mass suicides on those. Nintendo 64 was still kind of a successful system.
I don't know. The Wii U sold pretty well.
No, it didn't.
I mean, compared to like,
Dude, they maxed out at like
No,
it was
the
like under
Switches-
30 million or 30 million.
The
That's
Switches
still a
did
lot.
great. The Wii U
Not
did
these
awful.
days. The Wii U is like a
The
catastrophe.
problem is because
Hold
it's
on.
a good system. They did not differentiate it. It almost. I remember when it released, and I thought, oh look, they made an add-on for the Wii.
yeah,
Like because they didn't differentiate it enough.
So Virtual Boy was their all-time like biggest flop in the world, right? Guess how many they sold globally? And this was after they put them on sale.
I'm gonna say like 500,000,
Like-
which is globally it's horrible.
After
Oh, yeah.
after it failed, they literally like just were trying to get them off shelves. They sold 770,000 total.
I was super close in terms globally. That was close.
yeah,
But you have to think that's probably just what they produced,
yeah.
and they
That
just sold them for like pennies on a
is-
dollar.
Awful.
And then like the Wii U, So to put it in comparison, like the Wii sold like over
but the
100
Wii's like
million.
the one of the, it's like top 5.
Well,
all
the
time.
Switch is too.
Yeah,
The DS, believe it or not, like sold
think it's number
ridiculous.
one, yeah.
Like it was ridiculous.
it and like the PlayStation 2, I think, are like neck and neck.
So Nintendo 64 and GameCube was kind of a hard time. But again, the reason why GameCube, why? Because, well, they went with the smaller disc. Why? Because they were harder to burn.
Yeah,
Everything was just built around the idea of like, we don't want people to like copy this. But also the controller was sucky for first person shooters.
Yeah. Still the all-time best-selling console is still the PlayStation 2.
yeah. You know why?
It is.
It is
I just figured this out this week. I didn't know.
160 million units.
Yeah, which is
Where's the
crazy.
Switch at right now? It's like 115 or
The,
something.
the 2 or the 1?
the one?
The
2
one,
would
the
be
2
way
just
down there.
released.
Yeah, it'd be like in the low millions. Probably not even.
It's at 20 million already,
20.
which is insane.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's close. 155. I'll round up. 156 million. units.
Yeah, but if we're talking
It'll
about
catch it.
So
the problem is lifespan though. Is how long was the PlayStation 2? before
Yeah, but the PlayStation
3?
2 was still selling when the PS3 came out, and they came out with different models.
Yeah,
So, like right now, the Switch is still on store shelves. So you got to think
Yeah.
about the Switch Lite. People go in there buy those and stuff. And so I think they're honestly Switch is going to be the number one selling console. of all time. And I don't think it'll ever be touched again.
yeah. I don't think so either. I think it's too competitive now. But one thing with the PlayStation 2, I didn't think about this is PlayStation 2 would play DVDs,
Oh yeah,
and I was listening
You're
to
right. I forgot about that.
it's used to be Nate Land podcast. Now it's Public Figures, and they were talking about that.
is that Nate the Hate guy or something?
No, that's Nate Bargatze.
Nate Bargatze's podcast.
Oh, I
but now
gotcha, I gotcha.
he's not on the podcast anymore. It's called Public Figures. Great podcast. Should listen to it.
He's not on it anymore?
No.
Oh.
But they were talking about it. The guys who are on it: Dusty Slay, Aaron Weber,
Yeah.
Brian Bates is the guy. But anyways, they were talking about like top selling like consoles and
Yeah.
stuff, and they mentioned the PlayStation 2, and I think 2 of them said they bought it specifically because it was cheaper than
Than the
buying a
DVD
DVD player. Yeah,
You know that's the reason why. So like the PlayStation 3 almost failed because it was like so expensive when it first came out.
Yep.
hmm
But the reason is because it had Blu-ray player. But you could still get it for cheaper than Sony's Blu-ray players.
yeah.
And it had, which is crazy. So I mean, like a lot of people
Yeah.
bought it because of that. But like, and the funny thing is, it was one of their top of the line Blu-ray players inside the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
I think because it had to probably be able to read fast. So it was like, it was a good system. Like for the price,
Yeah.
like at the time, it was just the fact that
honestly,
nobody wanted to spend
yeah,
that.
What's
honestly,
your
Sony-
best guess to the price of the PlayStation 3 when it released?
I'm gonna say $399.
700.
600.
Really,
$600. And
when it
that
released.
and
And
that was
now people
now,
freak out at 600.
think of this. $600 in 2006.
That's insane.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Like that is so expensive in 2000.
No,
That's
I-
expensive now.
I will
Yeah.
tell you what's crazy is when the Super Nintendo was out, systems came out like the 3DO. The 3DO cost $700 back then,
God.
and it's
man.
this 3DO sucked. Like I mean, it really.
Yeah.
I mean, it was during that disc crave of FMV movie games,
Mhm.
like which y'all didn't experience that.
Nah.
Man, you had to go back to the night, dude. I thought that was like the future.
Yeah, I had a lot of the old. Like I grew up with having older brothers. Like I
Yeah.
had, like we had a Super Nintendo. We had. We never had like
What Super Nintendo is the greatest system of all time.
yeah, never had.
PlayStation 2 is great.
Yeah, we had PlayStation 2, and then I never had Xbox until the 360. And when 360 came out, my brother
I
bought
hated
it.
the original Xbox.
And yeah, I never really messed with it much, but yeah, it was kind of
The
bad.
360 was awesome.
The 360 is all time.
360
One of the
was-
all-time
yeah,
best.
was
yeah,
great.
I
I would
agree.
put
Yeah.
probably like PlayStation 4, 360, probably
360 was
the Wii
fantastic.
and the Switch.
Okay,
up
so-
there is
so-
like all time great.
So get this. Speaking of the Wii, same year, same release year as the PlayStation 3, 2006. How much do you think it was on release?
I'm gonna say
Hold on.
$499.
What system?
This is
The
the
Wii.
Wii, the original Wii. How much was it when released?
On
Oh,
release, I'd say $499.
No, it was like 2 to 250.
It's $250. That is
I got it on release night, so
that is less than half the price.
Yeah,
of the PlayStation 3.
But in all
now
honesty,
a totally different system, and the PlayStation 3.
The graphics weren't even up to par with the 360.
Yeah, if you play, I tried playing Call of Duty on the Wii one time, and it was like the most pixelated, like.
Well, yeah, it's terrible, but it wasn't made to do
that. People made fun of the, and honestly, that was Nintendo's last like deal because like if they would have failed, people don't realize this. If they would have failed after the Nintendo 64, and then after the GameCube, which the GameCube is a great system. I mean, honestly, arguably had the best graphics out of that generation. But after that failure, if they wouldn't hit on the Wii, they would have basically like been out of, they just would have been making games for everybody.
Yeah.
So basically what ended up happening was they basically said, all right, we're not going to spend a lot of money on making the system in a sense. At least I think this was their thinking, because like they basically took a GameCube and strapped essentially two of them together. The architecture was the same. They just basically upped the processing power. It was same chipsets and everything. That's the reason why you could play GameCube games on it. Anyway, all that being said, it was like people make fun of it because they said it's literally like you duct tape two GameCubes together.
Yeah.
But it worked.
Like, the Xbox 360 was, like 100 times, probably 20 times as powerful as a Wii. Right?
Yeah. The Wii hit a market like that no other. I was gonna say that you like the Wii sold to, like, I played the Wii with everybody.
It's party games.
Like
it was the
like
first system that did party games.
Playing like,
which I kind of hated because I like their serious games.
Yeah,
anyway, go ahead.
I never got much into it. Besides, like, I mean, I played a bunch of the Marios and stuff like that. I never played any.
The Wii Sports though was a blast when it came out.
Oh, it was awesome.
It was great.
Yeah,
it's still all time like great. Like the Wii, I would put up there as like all time great. Yeah, because it was just so much fun. I remember playing.
It was
the
fun.
Mario Kart on it was great.
Mario Kart's always good.
Smash Bros on it was great.
Yeah,
like all that. The Wii Sports, Wii Resort. Wii Resort. Did y'all ever play Wii Resort? That was great.
What kid around our age did not either have a Wii or have a best friend that would go and play the Wii? Every single kid you talk to. My wife, who like technologically didn't do any of the things that I did basically at all, had a Wii and a DS. Like, it just shows that Nintendo like somehow finds a way. Like, the people who are not gamers, they somehow get to that market.
That's what they're going for. Yeah,
and it
works. It's a great.
It does work.
Yeah.
It's hard for third-party support, though. And that's why you're talking about the Call of Duty and stuff. It's like third-party support has always sucked for them until, honestly, and this is going to make people kind of laugh, until the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Because the Switch 2 can actually handle it.
Yeah. Well, even the Switch, like the original Switch, like
they would try to put some
playing like even like a Fortnite or something like that on it was like,
dude, it's pixelated mess.
Yeah,
and now you're seeing like the new Indiana Jones game that came out like last year is on the Switch too, and it looks good.
It looks good.
Yeah. I want
it's the magic of AI because it's DLSS pushing that sucker.
Yeah. Well, they're just better to it. I mean, building compact like processors and all this stuff now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So
it's an NVIDIA chipset.
Yeah.
If they would have went with AMD, it would have been awful for them, and they would have lost. That's the one thing that I think Nintendo's doing better than all the other systems is like they're all stuck in AMD. Nintendo went NVIDIA.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, like, NVIDIA is basically set to rule the world over the next few years.
A couple $1 trillion company.
It's insane.
Now, listener, you might be wondering, what is the subject today?
I was about to segue into that. It's a good segue.
You know, then there is one. It's been this whole thing so far.
Yeah, I'm sure that this will be edited down a little bit. At least people will hope.
Nope. I just wanted to make sure the listener didn't think it was endless banter.
So, you got all that just for free.
Speaking of, if you do like endless banter, like I said, the Public Figures podcast.
Dude, I love this type of conversation stuff. And I know that we're not really known for that. I could talk like
No, this is great. This is fun.
technology all day long. Like you don't even know. Like I'm holding myself back right now. But that being said,
Just let me at him.
just let me at him.
Let me explain.
I will tell you. I will tell you how many colors could be displayed on the Super Nintendo at once. 256.
Dude could tell you all the fauna and Tatooine.
Tatooine.
Sounds like a place I'd go to get a tattoo.
I know.
Tattoo.
Hey man, I pronounce it like a good old American. All right.
Hey, we heard a good old American today when I was you took me to the car dealership.
Yeah, that was
And
awesome.
The mechanic was like, one of the mechanics was in the lobby. We were waiting while they were processing paperwork, and he's like, "Man, where I need to go get this car at?" It's just
He's like, I need to go Mountain View. He's like, $10 paperwork.
You're talking about
car.
Clinton, Arkansas, bro.
yeah, and it was like hard Southern
Oh,
accent.
me and him
I
were
was like-
dying laughing.
Yeah, we both like at the same time, just like kind of glance at each other, like, "Yeah, that guy's got it. That guy's
So-
hard to understand."
So, what is our subject? It is about how Christians should view entertainment. Anyway, or interact with entertainment. We've done an episode a long time ago of how Christians should think about entertainment, stuff like that. I feel like it's going to be a little bit different in the sense that because of society and what it looks like now and how we react with that stuff. Are we good on time for y'all, by the way? Because we've been going for a while. I got
Yeah,
nothing to
we're
do.
good.
I'm
We're
on
good.
vacation, so I'm good.
I've got something later, but we're good now.
Okay. So anyway, I think that it's a little bit different from the last time that we did it because of the way that people treat entertainment now. But I still do want to get into the aspect. Maybe we'll start with how can Christians think of entertainment / art? Because I think they kind of fall into the same realm. And maybe then we'll move on to kind of where we are societally. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you.
All right. Did I say that right? Didn't sound right. But the how we interact with entertainment, and I'm not even talking about from a Christian perspective. I'm talking about just as a society
Mhm.
and how it's not good, and also how Christians seem to be buying into it.
Maybe a little bit of what's the state of
So
entertainment
first,
in our culture.
let's talk about how Christians can view entertainment, because I think that this can be difficult for us because we've talked about this before. You got what people would consider Christian music, and then you got people consider like secular music, and it's like, hey, secular music is bad, Christian music good, whatever it might be. Man, could you make a little more noise with your mic? Where'd he go? The rapture! Oh my goodness! Anyway, next time leave your folded clothes there, please.
Yeah, make sure we know what.
Yeah. So I just want to kind of talk about this. That like, how do we view artwork? And I think that's a good comp because like. In the past, like you were like, okay, well, how did the Christians of the past interact maybe with this stuff? And so there has been art, and there's and there's always been like, and I think entertainment and movies are a form of art. I think video games can be, and so I mean, it's storytelling. There's always been stories, and so when you're talking about movies, that's stories. When you're talking about books, that's stories. And we've always had that, and so. How can we interact with that? How can we view that from a Christian perspective? Does everything have to be labeled Christian for us to enjoy it? And my argument, I'll just put it out front. I'm not going to hide the lead here. Is I don't think it has to be Christian. As a matter of fact, most of the Christian stuff that's labeled Christian, I hate. And I say most of it because there is a lot of it now. I'm not saying there's nothing good out there. But anyway.
I think a problem with so-called like Christian entertainment, you'd say like music, movies, whatever, is they do the same thing that we would hate that the left does right now. That Hollywood does right now.
Yeah.
That they sacrifice quality
and
over
storytelling.
over the fact of to try and promote.
We got to work
message.
this in.
Yeah, we have to have this message, and as long as that message is there, it doesn't matter how corny, how cheesy, how bad the quality is. You know,
Right.
it's like they do that, and it's getting better. I think.
I
Like
think
you-
it has.
Yeah, I think inevitably it will, because it's so easy. Like anyone can make,
With AI, dude,
Yeah.
you're about to see a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
and so it's getting
Like it
better.
or not.
Yeah,
Like, it's
and
coming,
not to say, like, not to dismiss, like, there's good Christian stuff. There's really good Christian music.
There
There's-
can be.
Yeah,
I agree with you, and that's where
music in the realm of music there's a lot of good Christian music. Like, I would say there's not very many good Christian movies, I think, because it's so much harder to make a movie. But there's really good Christian music you can find out there.
I think there's Christian music that can be found out there. I think one of the biggest things against Christian music that has happened, and look, this might offend a lot of, I don't care because I can't stand this, but I think K-Love ruined it. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, a lot of people are like, come on, one radio station like ruined Christian music. And yes, I mean, because it was like, if you didn't get on K-Love, you didn't make it as a Christian artist.
Yeah.
And,
like the Walmart of Christian
and
music.
it's like they decide what makes it and what doesn't. And look, I'm sorry to tell you, I'm just gonna say it.
Caleb sucks.
K-Love, the reason why I hate K-Love so much is they claim to be Christian.
Yeah.
I don't think that K-Love has a gospel to their brand that you could point to. I have listened to them for years. I've never heard the gospel. Now, now I don't listen to them anymore, but in the past, like, unless they changed ways, like, the gospel was, we want to encourage you. It didn't matter if you were in your sin. It didn't matter if you were, like, living in complete rebellion against God. Hey, God loves you. Let's just encourage you with this music. There were a lot of people that weren't even Christians that would listen to them for encouragement
You could straight up be a homosexual and listen to K-Love
and be
Well,
encouraged.
and be all right.
Straight up is not the correct.
Well, that's true.
Maybe a little swervy.
Yeah, curvy up, but you know you could.
But no, you're dead.
You're dead.
Dead right. I was saying
I'm dead?
You're on
Yeah.
point with that. It's I mean, think of the music they play too. There's not much substance there. A lot of times it's you're good how you are type, you know,
Yeah, man, God just loves you.
yeah. And it's like, just keep trying, you know.
Just,
It's like,
man, let's
yeah.
encourage you. You know, you got kids to take care of, and we're just going to encourage you. And like, it's just like, oh, you got a hard day at work, and we're just going to. It's like that has nothing to do with Christianity.
Yeah.
Like, it's a TED talk. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no difference
Yeah.
here. It's like psychology from the world, and so it's like
you can have those type of discussions after you've clarified your depravity, your
right. But to say like, hey, man, we're spreading the love of Christ, that's just not true. And so it's like,
Yeah, and then you play a blasphemous Goo Goo Dolls song on there every Christmas, you know. But whatever.
yeah, that talks about, hey, like there could be 10,000 more messiahs.
Yeah, literally the line is.
I don't know about this one.
Oh, have you not? heard
Oh,
the
I
song?
love the song.
It is.
as far
I'm
as
not gonna lie.
sound.
Yeah, sound wise, it's a great song. But it was like, what is the line? Do you remember it?
So it goes something
I'm gonna
basically
look it
like there was one child that saved the world, but
10,000 more that
there-
probably could.
there's 10,000 more that probably could.
Mm.
And I've heard it on K Love, and it's like, do y'all ever listen to these lyrics? Like, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, it's crazy.
Have you ever
dude.
thought through the hypostatic union?
Like, I mean, there's not 10,000 more that can. Like, everybody's fallen. Like, this one child was not.
See, and that's the problem. So actually, funny enough, this
Yeah.
with Christian music specifically, entertainment in general,
Yeah.
I have a hard time with it a lot of times is because, and I've been thinking through this a little bit this week actually, but at least with the secular world, I know where you stand.
That's
You know,
right.
I know where you stand.
You're totally right,
whereas,
Matt, yeah.
Whereas in
I
the
know what
Christian
to
world,
look out for.
We're
Yeah.
in the Christian world. I'm like, a lot of these people are heretics. You know, a lot of these people are
At the very least, they're not putting forward the gospel, and they're very ignorant.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying, like openly known heretics. Like I'm talking about specific people, and it's like I can't listen to that person because I know you know better. It's like you actually know scripture and you're twisting it.
Yes.
Whereas these other people, I'm like, they don't know scripture, and it's sad to me that you have people that can put out better songs with better messages in it, with a more Christian message that are completely oblivious.
I agree. Yeah.
I think it's natural within us. I think it's God's image in us. But then these other people over here,
I would argue that a well-written, good love song, and I'm not talking about like things that have perversion in it. I'm talking about a well-written, good love song.
Yeah.
About a man and his wife or something like that, and what he's willing to sacrifice for, whatever it is more honoring to God than the garbage that sometimes you get on K-Love.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that K-Love, I mean, look, we're focused on K-Love. It sounds like we're doing a podcast on K-Love. I'm not. It's just the fact of like, that is, if you're going to hear Christian music, typically it's because of K-Love, and that's what they promote. And so it doesn't mean that there's never a good song on K-Love. I have heard good songs make it onto K-Love.
And there's good people who have music on K-Love.
Of course. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't throw everybody just because they're on K-Love, man, they're not good artists. That's not true.
No, I think Goo Goo Dolls is great, actually.
I just wish they play Iris. I mean, let's be honest.
But seriously, I do have the line, by the way.
Okay, go for it.
It says, and the one poor child who saved this world, and there's 10 million more who probably could, if we all just stopped and said a prayer for them.
Exactly. I mean, are we positive that we've heard that on K-Love? Because I want to say I have.
No, I definitely have heard it on K-Love.
Okay.
Because I remember being shocked, like, wow, they're playing this on K-Love.
Like,
it's the best song on here. It's not even theologically
it's the
correct.
Best sounding song.
Yeah.
But terrible lyrics.
And as much as we hate on that, I mean, they're a secular band, whatever. Maybe they make
he has no idea about Christianity.
Yeah, no idea. But the people who do, like I said, to me, that's not as bad. Yeah, that's blasphemous. But it's like the guy doesn't know. Know.
He's thinking of an idea of like something good.
That's what I'm saying. Is if you ask him, he's not going, well, I read through scripture. And it's like, but these people who say, like, I've read through scripture and this is what, and you hear this, like this message that's promoted by them.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's
bad.
Really blasphemous. Yeah, that's heretical.
And so, in other words, let's talk about how so we've kind of talked about like the Christian side of it. It's like things just because they're called Christian aren't necessarily good. A lot of times it's actually bad. Mm-hmm. Can be. And quite frankly, it's not enjoyable to listen to because it's not good sounding. Like, let's just be honest.
Yeah, it's usually bottom of the barrel.
And so it's like I would rather listen to good sounding music that maybe isn't lyrically great than that. But so how do we interact with secular music, the world's music, let's say, like the music that doesn't label itself as Christian, but yet how can we interact with it? How should we view it as Christians? How can we get something out of it without being affected? Now, I do want to say, I do want to premise this. I am not making the argument here to take in nothing but massive amounts of like the secular world in the world, because I will say this. There are times that I listen to music that I like, that's secular or whatever, and I have to pull back from it for a little while because it can start to affect your thinking and the way that you think and what your mind is set upon. And when that happens, you need to limit it. You need to pull it back. You need to say, that is setting my mind on things of the world, the things that I don't need to be set upon. And I think it's wise to pull back from it. But at the same time, as a Christian, I think that we can find beauty in the things. Why did I say it that way?
Beauty. I mean, you're just not saying anything right.
You know what it is? I've been watching a lot of Hunger Games, and it sounds like the way that they would say it.
That's exactly what.
Yeah. All those,
like over pronunciate.
Yeah. Anyway,
I do want to preface something real quick. This isn't to say, by the way, for Christian music that like there's no good artists out there because they're all on K-Love. There's actually some really great Christian music out there.
I found some hymns by Tommy Prophet lately
those are great. I think Brian Sauvé, I've listened to him a lot recently. He's got some awesome stuff. He's got a whole album that's just about his wife and kids, and he's got an album where he redoes some of the Psalms and does a phenomenal job, by the way. Those are really great. Wolves at the Gate, if you're into metal, dude literally sits down with like his Bible open and Spurgeon books and then writes like death metal songs to it. It's kind of awesome. So there's options out there. But the mainstream stuff is kind of what we're talking about right now.
I think it's sad. Like, and I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt.
Well, I was just saying, going off of what your initial point was, is one of the things is like what you're all both saying, is it's not necessarily a problem with Christian music or secular music. It's what you were saying is the intake. What you're intaking definitely affects your thinking. And if you're intaking our critique against the K-Love stuff, against this Christian, is it's usually bullcrap. It's usually this stuff of like,
it's like you're victorious, man.
You're
you
great
can do it.
Jesus needs you, all this stuff like that.
Right.
And it,
well, it's effeminate.
It's very effeminate. It's very, I would argue a lot of it's very blasphemous. It's very how it portrays Christ, how it portrays your relationship to Christ. And it's like, that's just as problematic as listening, in my mind, as listening to a song that's telling you all this other stuff. You get the same thing in the secular world. They just slap Jesus on the label and pretend like it's good. And I'm like, both of those
I think
are
that
horrible for you to listen to.
So how I would say that, to frame it, to kind of move and push the conversation forward, is how Christians should view entertainment, how we should view art, is to see the beauty of the talent that the Lord has given people.
Yeah.
And the truths found within. So although a love song might not be the best biblically, there are things about it that we can point to and say, that's right. Mm-hmm. I mean, man, go read Song of Solomon. I mean, come on. Like,
that, at least in a secular love song, I know who you're talking about.
Right.
You're not
right.
blending. You're not blending
your relationship with Jesus.
At the end, all of a sudden, there's a twist of like Jesus, and it's like, oh, okay, that was really weird and awkward.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
So, I agree. And I think that like part of it is like, and I always say this. I use this as an example, but I think it holds up. It's like when we go to restaurants and a good chef is making your food for you, you don't ever ask, is that a Christian chef? Like, you well, I mean, you don't like sit there and question the quality of the food and the taste of the food based on if a Christian cooked it or not.
Yeah.
But you're thankful for the food. We give thanks over the food. We thank God for the food that we're about to intake that was prepared by a Christian. Like a non-Christian. I don't know if they're Christian. Maybe they're Christian. I don't know. I'm confused. Anyway,
there's got to be a skillet joke somewhere in here. I'm looking for it and I can't find it. All right.
But anyway, by the way, you want humorous? Go listen to the first Skillet album. I loved it, and now it's cheesy. Saturn had a ring around it. Anyway,
goodness, that was really bad.
And that's how it sounds.
It wasn't quite that. It was close.
Okay, I was mocking it. Anyway, my voice is just as good. Not really. Anyway, the point that I'm making is we don't question, we give thanks for that.
Yeah.
And in the same way, when we view like art or music or something, we can say, man, God gave these people a gift to play these instruments. God gave them a gift in this writing ability or whatever. And I'm not saying all things. There are some songs that are beyond sanctification in a way, like redeeming.
Yeah.
There's so much wickedness in it that it's only lending itself to that. But I would say take the lyrics out of it, and you could probably still point to the gift that God has given them.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and so when we view art, when we view entertainment, we can view it in light of Christ and say, okay, God, you gave these gifts to these people, and there's beauty here. There's things that praise your name. There's things that give glory to you because of their skill. Not only that, there's also truths within stories.
Yep.
Within songs that also reflect what you say is good. Think about this. Someone who's a military guy that sacrifices, that's not a believer. A guy who jumps on a grenade in the army. Like, you know, we always hear these stories like this soldier jumps on a grenade for his platoon, or, you know, all of the other soldiers around him to protect other people. And he takes the blast upon himself. We never ask like and say that was a righteous act or not, or that was a good act, and say that guy was a hero based on if he was a Christian or not.
Yeah.
What do we say? That reflects what God would have us do.
Yep.
That is something that's that's like sacrificial. And I know like even as Christians, none of our intentions are always pure. Like we can't say that. But at the same time, we can say that aligns with Scripture. That aligns with God's values. That aligns with what God says is good.
Yeah.
And so we can celebrate that. And so we need to grab those things out of art, out of entertainment, and say, those are good aspects.
Yep.
That even the Lord says is good. And we can celebrate that. Does that make sense?
You want to know what we're getting at? It's like, go look up the Jocko podcast with Mikey Monsoor's dad. Listen to that, and then think about the verse, no greater love, or there is no greater love than
to sacrifice
a man to die for his friends.
Lays down his life.
Lays down his life for his friends.
BBT translation, people.
There you go. But seriously, it's this guy in this story, not a Christian.
Yeah.
Not a Christian, to my knowledge. Maybe he was.
But he's espousing Christian value.
But that's exactly right. That's exactly what we're getting at.
Yeah, it's common grace.
Yeah,
is what we look at it. We look at it through common grace, and I think as just kind of overview of what you were kind of saying is just looking at life with like this almost like with biblical worldview and a thankful lens of like looking at that, and instead of critiquing, like you said, we don't go into you have a successful brain surgery, you don't leave it and go, I really hope that guy was a Christian. No, you might,
you would hope,
pray,
but at the same time, right.
And that he praises God for that, but you're praising God either way, whether the guy was a believer or an unbeliever, because God gifted that man with the ability to do that.
The knowledge.
Yeah.
And that the Lord uses those people to heal us and all that. Like it's
the firefighter who drags you out of the house, you're unconscious or whatever. It wouldn't drag me out, but someone weak,
right? Someone weak that can't handle the fire. I understand that. Like we all know, like man, like my clothes could burn off my body and I'd still be fine. Like, you're like, hey, he comes in to rescue you, and you're like, hey, you need that suit. Like, I think you need me to carry you out.
Yeah, I know. I can only hold my breath for 30 seconds, but smoke isn't gonna.
I'm like, bro,
I'm still stuck on.
Why are you in here so worried? I'm just relaxing.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on you worrying about whether or not they're Christian. You're like 911. I need a Reformed Baptist officer at my house right now.
That's what I'm saying.
A Satanist is broke in.
Yeah. It reminds me of that video. I don't know if I showed either of you, but the lawyer who it's like this transgender lawyer. Mm-hmm. In Oklahoma, like loses his mind on this judge, ends up getting tackled by the police.
Yeah.
So, and as he's doing this, he's like screaming. He's like, I can't breathe. And like all of a sudden, then they get him up and they're trying to like
their first excuse.
Which is funny because if you can yell, you can't breathe. Obviously, you can breathe, but you're just letting them know you can breathe. But anyways, and then he's like, "Give me a female officer now." Give me a female officer. Like, just keep yelling it. That's what I just thought of when you said that. It's like, you just call, give me a Christian officer now.
Was this the same person that said, call 911? And the cop's like, we are 911.
Yeah, he looked at the cops, hold him on the ground. He says, call 911. Someone call 911. And the police officer says, funny. We are already here. We are not.
I think it's kind of a weird thing, but going back to that, it's like a guy breaks into your house, but like let's say the fire thing. Like,
a firefighter could break into your house.
He should. They're
trained.
But you're first, like if he's coming in there to rescue you, like you're not like, hey, stop, hold on, you're not carrying me out of here unless you're Christian.
Yeah.
I will burn to death before I let unsaved hands touch me.
I know that people would say, look, that's different. That's totally different. And I get it because there is a little bit of a difference there.
It's not apples to apples.
But at the same time, I think that we're commanded to see the beauty in God's creation.
Yeah.
I think that we're commanded to see the beauty of what God has gifted people.
Yeah.
And although they might be misusing it, we can still look at entertainment and music and see the beauty of it. Like, I mean, and look, obviously your own conscience is going to decide a lot of what you can take in. And I get that. Like, I will tell you, I have went and listened to like so much music and like so much that it's like, okay, like my mind is starting to get set upon wrong things and I pull back. Just like I said before, I will limit it and then I'll start, and so to make sure that like my mind is right in it, but also not like forsaking and saying, man, all of it's garbage. I'm never listening to that again. It's like, no, let me find the beauty in it. And I think that I'm not telling Christians that they have to go listen to secular music. I'm not telling you got to go watch movies. That's up to your conscience. But what I'm saying is it is an option.
Yeah.
For Christians.
Yeah.
It might not be an option for you and your conscience, and that's fine. But it is an option for Christians to be able to take in, the Apostle Paul, which I find so interesting that he quotes a philosopher of the time. How would he been able to quote a philosopher? He read them.
He Googled it.
I mean, you would think that it was at least a popular saying amongst the people, so he was knowing what was going on.
Yeah.
And so it's like, look, I mean, that's all I'm saying.
I got a great example of seeing kind of the beauty of creation within a secular platform. It was a song I just showed you. I was playing it before we hit record. Was called Fast Lane by a band called Scatterbrain. Like, they have 2 songs out there brand new. All right, you go watch the music video for this song. And it's like, oh, this is kind of dark. Like, this is sad. It's about this guy. He's basically like struggling with drugs, and he's like out driving while he's intoxicated, while his pregnant wife is at home, and he's like not there while she needs help. She ends up going to the labor. He's gone. And
is this your life story that you're just? I'm just
no. But
is this a call for help?
So no. My wife's not pregnant. So
totally different.
Yeah, no. But anyways, he's going through, the song's playing, and then at the end of the video, he hits a tree and he wakes up, and everything's fine. His wife's there, his kid's been born, and then at the very end of the video, it shows a picture of the actual singer and his wife and his kid, and it said, "Thanks for sticking with me through my toughest times." It's like, okay, there's a like redeeming quality to that storyline.
For sure. It sounds like for better or for worse.
It's like, oh wow, hey, he's like writing a song about, he appreciates his family. Like, obviously he loves his kid, he loves his wife. His wife stuck with him. Like, this is there's redemption in it. Like, I don't see how any of that's bad. It's a clean song. I mean,
that's a good.
It's just kind of where I'm at.
That war movies, a lot of these things are good examples of that. Of where, why does this impact us? Why does that kind of story impact us? Why does a sacrificial story of the guy at the last second and the end of the movie? You think of Saving Private Ryan. I'm not. If I'm spoiling this movie for you, then like.
Come on, man.
It's
your own 99.
fault. It's your own fault. Yeah. It's like, he sacrifices himself at the end. It's all of them are sacrificial. We have to stay here because
our mission is to get this one guy back.
You watch Fury. That's kind of the same thing. It's like, we know we're going to die.
Braveheart.
But we have to stay here because more people will die. That sacrifice is like, where does that come from? Well, it comes from the fact that we're image bearers of God, that we have this within us, that we look at that. And like what you were quoting earlier, is Christ saying, what greater is there for a man to lay down his life? Or
ultimately, it points to Christ.
It points to Christ. That's what I'm saying. It would be right? meaningless without a Christian worldview.
Yeah.
It's meaningless. Why does it impact us? Why does even the secular world look at that and say, that's a great story? Yeah. It's because we're image bearers.
Even they can't resist the idea of the sacrificial.
Yeah.
They don't know it, but they are looking at the beauty of Christ and it's staring them in the face and they can't see it.
Yeah. Because
we should come along and say that is Christ. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's exactly right. Yeah. Because in a worldview that they promote, they don't realize it's contradicting itself. This worldview of nothing matters. We're all just chaos produces this, all this evolutionary type ideology doesn't produce that.
No.
Doesn't produce that at all.
So moving on, that's the first part that I wanted to talk about. Really quick, I wanted to kind of get into like, how do we manage this idea? Because, hopefully our previous episode will be out before this one. I did edit it and upload it today, so hopefully it's out. But there's a part in there where I talk about, you can go back and listen to it if you want or not. I don't care. But it's kind of like this aspect. I don't know why I mentioned it then, but that's the spoilers. Like,
I don't even care. You know what? Don't quit listening.
You know what?
Get out of here.
You know
Can't
what?
You see, we don't want you anymore.
I'm not even going to post it anymore. But the point that I'm trying to make is I was making a, I don't even know what I was saying at this point.
Go listen to the other episode.
Yeah,
If you want to know what he potentially was going to say.
Is okay. So that we need to be people that aren't like I was talking about how we've been affected, and we're like we kind of rage against things, and we speak without knowledge and stuff like that, and we're affected by the world in ways that maybe we don't even know. And I don't say those exact words, but it kind of plays into that. In the same way, it's like what I see now is like there is a popularity in hating on everything. In other words, here's let me explain what I'm talking about. There is a sense to where it's, if everything isn't the way that I think it should be in art, in entertainment, in whatever, if it's not the way that I think it should play out, it's not good. It's automatically, I'm going to post and rage on it. And then people like hate on things before it ever even has a chance. I'm not talking about everything. And I know that people are probably rolling their eyes right now. And I get it. But at the same time, it's like we have went to such a, like, not everything has to be made the way that you think it should have played out. There has to be a sense of like, how interesting would that be anyway? Everything that was ever made is like the way that you would make it, then nothing would be entertaining, nothing would be shocking, nothing would be like, oh, like that was intense, because it's exactly what you would have chose. So you can like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think we live in a time where
it's like rage baiting constantly, it's worked its way into the Christian thought process. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. And we live in a time where it's like what you're saying is the immediate response is like negative.
What can I say negatively about it?
And I think that's on purpose, because what grabs attention is like if we put out a, even from our standpoint, if we put out a video of us saying reacting to something of this is going to be awful or whatever like that, that's automatically, I know, is going to get more views than if something like, oh, this is what our top 5, or whatever.
Right. Like, this might actually be good.
Yeah.
Versus this is awful.
Or this was a really good movie versus, this is all of our complaints against this movie. It's like, that's going to get more attention. People are just more prone to negativity, I think, overall. And it's just bled into
assumption.
All forms of entertainment of, like you said, the movie won't even be out. Whatever won't even be out. And people are already, like, prime example, The Odyssey.
Yeah.
Not even out. Nothing's confirmed. Just a trailer. Nothing really wrong with the trailer. And then I hear people mocking the like armor for mythical like giants. I'm like, what are we doing?
I think the armor, like on that one particularly, like when people started mentioning the armor, I was like, I'm checking out, because the movie could still be good. Yeah, I do understand. Like if Ellen Page is playing like one of the greatest,
I understand.
That's fine.
But that's not even confirmed.
Right.
That's not even confirmed.
Or if a bald black woman is playing the most beautiful woman on,
I understand. I understand.
I get it.
Yeah.
But all that being said, all the problems, even the people that have pointed out, like, hey, the way that they talk isn't really in line, and I agree. Like, hey, my dad's gonna come back. Like, you should have said father at least, right? And so it's like, I get it, but at the same time, I'm not willing to say that there's nothing redeemable about, like, that movie might still be a well-made movie.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It's like not everything is bad. Like I might disagree with certain aspects of it. And don't get me wrong, if a chick is playing like a great warrior in it, sorry, like maybe I won't go see it off of principle. But that has nothing to do with like rage baiting.
A better example is I almost didn't go watch Fantastic Four because I saw countless YouTube videos
and that was a good movie.
People going, oh, this woke garbage, calling it like, oh, they're so woke. And then like Lana was like, well, you want to go see Fantastic Four? And I was like, I heard it was really woke. Looked it up. It's like, what's woke about it? You know, is it like super liberal? Is there a bunch of transgenders in it? Like, what's going on? And it's like, couldn't find anything. So I'm like, well, let's just go watch it. Let's see. There's almost nothing in it.
No, that was a great movie.
Nothing you can point to in it. It's very pro-life movie. There's all these things I would say argue.
She gives birth in the middle of space because they're like you know what I'm saying?
But all this stuff about like just a good entertaining movie, good story. And I'm like, and there was people I watched on YouTube, watched reviews, especially afterwards. I went and watched some of those videos of people saying we're not going to watch it out of principle because of how woke it is, and they wouldn't point to anything. I was like, oh, you're just doing clickbait. Like you're just hating on it, so that
just to hate on it,
just to hate on it. You don't have a point. You don't have anything.
That's what I was trying to point to.
That makes me like furiously angry.
And what I said earlier, pointing back to the previous episode, that whether I'll post it or not, who knows? No, but it was whether
we care if you listen or not,
right?
Who knows?
We must be people of truth.
We care.
We must be people of truth, and the point is like, look, there are certain things like Matt was saying that I have actually went and been told that like movies were like feminist propaganda. And when I went and actually watched it, I didn't find any of the things that like they said. And here's the problem with that. There is feminist propaganda out there. There's like heavy, like immoral, like all these things that we can see, like, and like that are worth talking about, that should be fought against. And it's like, it doesn't help our case when we call things that like aren't that.
Yeah. When you cry wolf and there is no wolf.
Like, it's like if everything's that, then nothing's that.
Yeah.
And so it's like Fantastic Four is a great example. It's like, oh, well, that's woke garbage. It's like, no, actually, that was a movie worth supporting if you like wholesome, good movies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and that's the problem that I have with what's creeping into the Christian, I guess you would say, social media world, is that it's popular. Like we're taking on the world's view of like hate on everything. Get the clicks. And, you know, I was listening to Crowder, Louder with Crowder this past week in his interview with Nick Fuentes. Did y'all listen to that by any chance?
I have not.
And Nick Fuentes was
being happy.
Right. And look, if you listen to this podcast, you know what I've said about Nick Fuentes in the past. He was actually a lot more likable in this interview. Granted, because he was more, I guess, not as bombastic. I don't know if you'd really call it that, but whatever.
Yeah.
But he was ridiculous. I mean, but the point that I'm saying is what I realized is in the middle of that interview is that Nick Fuentes' problem with the current state of things is that it's not being done his way at the pace that he thinks it should be accomplished. And think about that for a second, the arrogance behind that. Like if it's not being done my way, if it's not being done at the level that I think it should be done, then burn it all down. Literally, if you listen to that interview, that is what's being said. Burn it all down because it's not good enough. And I think that has creeped into every way of thinking of our, even the Christian thought when it comes to entertainment and everything. It's like our presupposition, like our already before we go to something and watch it or even consider it, it's already negative.
Yeah.
And I get it because the world has kind of programmed us to that. Like we've dealt with so much, but not everything. Like let's You want better movies. You want better entertainment. You want more wholesome stuff. I don't know what wholesome is, but wholesome stuff.
Yeah.
I just imagine a neigh in the background.
Then actually stop accusing the things that aren't things that are woke and everything else of being that. Yeah. Actually, like, support those things. Say, hey, here's the positives. Start talking about the positives. Start putting out what you like about things so that maybe that can be promoted. Like, the thing is that I don't get is, like, where do we go from here? Because nothing's good enough. Nothing's good anymore.
Yeah.
It's like you can't go this route. You can't go that route. It's like everything is bad. And it's like there is no artistic interpretation of anything unless it's my way. And it's funny enough. This is a stupid example. But look, I grew up on video games and everything else. So it's like, okay, fine. Like, I was a huge Star Fox fan growing up. They just released a trailer for a new remake of a Star Fox game.
Looks great.
And it looks so fun and everything. And do you know why people hate it? Because the characters don't look the way that they want them. It's a fox. It's like a fox that walks on its hind legs. It's supposed to look human. And people are like disowning, like they already hate it. Why? Because like, oh, the artistic vision isn't quite what I would have chose. It's like, who cares? Just freaking enjoy like what you can enjoy. Like, and I know it's stupid. Like, it's a stupid game like that nobody cares about. It's just a point of like people rage over the dumbest thing.
I'm not gonna lie, they could have made him a white fox, and I probably would have been like, "That was kind of dumb," and I'd still play it.
They could have made him a black fox for
yeah.
a lesbian.
We haven't seen that happen.
Yeah.
No, I mean he's still straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a normal like white and red fox. Like it's the freaking game, and it looks good. And
Which means he's Indian.
Yes.
True. Native American.
Yeah.
Not Indian.
The North American Indian.
And he also has a character that's his partner that's a falcon that he could get the feathers from. His head.
Clever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Dismiss everything you said. I hate this idea.
Anyway, y'all got anything that I wanted to add in? Because I'm done.
No, just I mean, this goes for myself included, but
chill out.
Trying to enjoy what we can, enjoy like what your conscience allows you to enjoy. Like, obviously, don't there's terrible things out there. Don't promote things that are terrible. Don't support things that are terrible. But it's like what you can just enjoy, just relax. Enjoy.
Try and find the good in it.
I would say try and find the good in things. We don't go outside, look at a beautiful sunset or whatever, enjoy it,
You know how I know I've been getting old lately? Like, this is the reason why I know, because I've really enjoyed, like, I go sit on my front porch and watch like the sunset like almost every day now. Just like
there's a single tear streams down your face.
No, man, it's like it's really enjoyable to me. It's like, man, that's just beautiful. Like,
you can cry over beauty.
Yeah, I do cry over beauty every day. I'm just kidding.
Another thing that
every time I look in the mirror.
A short little aside. I think y'all probably agree with this because I think we've talked about it before. Also, for people who like, hey, you like creating stuff, whether musician, writer, whatever, and you're a Christian, not everything you create has to be explicitly Christian. That's another weird thing when it comes to like creativities. I feel like because of the culture, a lot of Christians who do create things feel like, oh, it has to specifically be like,
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
That just goes back to it has to fit in this box where it's like, okay, you can promote Christian values without it being just in your face, like.
And just to show you my old man mentality now. So I was thinking to myself, and look,
it is pretty.
That is really pretty, but it's
especially the one on the left.
I mean, Optimus Prime is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he was talking about Samus. What are you talking about?
The problem is, I don't know. Like,
so you know what this reminded me of? This picture here. is, back in the 80s and 90s, and probably even now, is
the sunsets were better. Don't give me that crap.
No. although they probably were, because it was the 80s, everything was better. It was in neon lights or something. But the is all those pictures of like people saying I saw an angel in the sky and stuff like that. Well, I'm not gonna lie. When I looked at this, like it's an angel's feather.
I'm sorry. As soon as you said
it
that,
looks like a feather, does it not?
It does. But as soon as you said that, I just immediately went Phantom Menace. Anakin when he's a kid. Are you an angel? Talking to freaking you remember that?
But it does kind of look like a feather, does it not?
A little bit, but
okay. Anyway, that's
what makes it specifically an
angel feather. Have you heard of a bird?
Do they have feathers?
Because it's in the sky.
Well, birds are. There's literally a bird in the photo in the sky.
Yeah, that's a little big for him. Anyway, it was stupid.
Maybe it was his partner who died.
It could be. He was having a moment. He was looking at it was a Mufasa moment. It was his Mufasa appearing in the clouds.
Yeah.
And it was a chicken, apparently.
It was a chicken. I don't know why.
You could have picked any bird noise and you went with chicken.
That was better than caw. Anyway.
It could have been with
anyway, if you dare to ever check us out again, join us next time. Anyway, this is Not Man Enough Podcast. Join us again later.